what I was lucky is when I first started and I met Randy Savage and we lived together for 4 years and he mentored me in everything. Uh, and he was a second generation wrestler and he was a ex pro baseball player that was wrestling during the uh, off season. And then he pushed, and then I always trained with weights, and he pushed me into bodybuilding contests. And then I got into bodybuilding contests and got
Hmm.
in 12 and 18 months, which is impossible. 1, 2 with no steroids, which is impossible. Then I got heat from it because now I'm looking real good.
It was all about like who could one up each other, right? In terms
Oh
of the
yeah,
competition.
oh yeah, he was yeah. He whether to run a 40-yard dash backwards, who could do the most push-ups, who could do the most curls, and I was real competitive too. And it was the time to let him win all the time, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't, and then he'd get mad and hold it against me.
And this was pre Macho Man, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah. He was still macho. His Macho Man was when he was playing minor league baseball.
Mm.
They called him Macho Man because whenever there was a fight, he was the first one out to lead the troops out to run to the mound, or when they have a brawl, a collision at the home plate or whatever. He was there. He was the Macho Man. He was the head fighter.
See what interesting facts you can learn on Wrestling with Heart.
Yeah,
Wow.
and you ever hear of a baseball player named Eddie Murray? Got over
Yes.
500 home.
Yes.
Okay, anyway, on the rookie years, him and Randy led the minor leagues in the rookie leagues in home runs with 9.
Hmm.
So that
That's
was a claim to
unbelievable.
fame.
Yeah. And you guys worked together, wrestled with did you guys tag together, wrestle each other?
Well, we was business partners together.
Okay.
Uh, the old ICW, which was an outlaw group,
Mhm.
but we had at one time 14 TV markets, which is a whole lot of TV markets. It was Randy, his dad, uh, his brother Lanny, Pistol Pez Watley, George Weingroff, Ronnie Garvin, Bob Roop, Randy Orton's dad, Professor Boris Malenko.
Mhm.
We had a lot of talent, but the wrestling business was who had the best TV stations in the best solid time slot and had a monopoly on buildings.
Cuz you guys were competing against Memphis, Louisville, Evansville. It
Well,
was
that's the same
all
group.
right, but weren't you
We,
guys
we,
weren't you
we
guys
were
a
we were
different?
in we were in competition with Jerry Jarrett. We were in
Yeah.
competition
Yeah.
with Dick the Bruiser. We were in competition with Sheik. We was in competition with Bob Geigel. We was in competition with Vern Gagne.
Right.
We was against everybody.
Yeah.
Didn't give a shit.
Right. That's what I meant. Like you guys were competitors, but
Right.
you were still like in that Memphis or Kentucky territory, that region, right? And then so
Well, we was in a whole lot of people's regions.
okay,
Most people would have a smaller area.
right,
We were in pretty much all of Jarrett's territory, part of Bruiser's territory, part of Sheik's territory, part of Barnett's territory when they were going to West Virginia and Ohio, etc.
I got you.
So then we had TVs in Puerto Rico, we had TVs in Montana, and had TV in San Francisco. So uh,
You guys
we
are
had
all
all
over the
kinds.
country.
Yeah, we had three at. We usually ran 2 towns a night, but sometimes I remember twice on Saturdays we had 3 towns going.
Un-
Like Randy'd run a town, I'd run a town, and maybe George Weingroff would run a town.
Unbelievable.
So when we wrestled pretty much every day of the year except New Year's Eve and Christmas Eve.
Hmm.
Usually a double show on Christmas and a double show on Thanksgiving because them are your best days of the year because people wanted to get the hell out of the house because they were sick of their relatives.
Gotta love wrestling, right?
Well, I sure did.
Yeah. So